Well, just 25 days have passed since these two met at the London Stadium, but a lot has happened since Leicester's win in the capital. West Ham wasted no time in sacking Manuel Pellegrini just hours after Demarai Gray's winner, placing their trust in David Moyes with the hope he's not lost his survival instincts, which served the Hammers so well last time around. Leicester's top four resolve has been tested recently, 4 defeats in the last 6 Premier League matches, but the Foxes remain safely ensconced in the Champions League qualification places, and reaching Europe's top table for the second time in their history remains eminently possible. Leicester make 2 changes from a 2-1 defeat to Burnley. Youri Tielemans and Ben Chilwell come back into the team. Christian Fuchs and Dennis Pratt dropping out. Kasper Schmeichel, the goalkeeper. A back four of Ricardo, Johnny Evans, Kaglar Soyuncu and Ben Chilwell. James Maddison, Youri Tielemans and Nampalys Mendy behind Harvey Barnes, Ayoze Pérez and Jamie Vardy. West Ham make 1 change from a 1-1 draw at home to Everton. Arthur Masuaku comes in for Pablo Fornells. 4-4-1-1 with Darren Randolph in goal. Pablo Zabaleta, Issa Diop, Angelo Ogbonna and Aaron Cresswell the back four. Robert Snodgrass, Declan Rice, Mark Noble and Arthur Masuaku. Manuel Lanzini playing behind Sebastian Haller. Alongside me, former Leicester City captain Matt Elliott. Matt, Brendan Rodgers called on the fans to get behind the team, and whilst it's a big game, of course it is, they're all big games, this one does have importance attached to it because of the recent run.
Yeah, to an extent, without a doubt. I think it's good timing to ask the supporters to help rally the troops, and I think the supporters will react to that, as hopefully in turn will the players.
Yeah, as you can hear, not a spare seat in the house. West Ham have travelled well as well. It's always a good journey up from London to Leicester to watch your side play. And West Ham, who have been buoyed recently by David Moyes' arrival, a win, a draw and defeat in his 3 Premier League games. But there is more resilience to the Hammers these days. We are just about ready to go. David Coote is today's referee. He was actually in charge too at the London Stadium 25 days ago, and it will be the Foxes in their blue shirts, white shorts, blue socks, kicking from right to left against the Hammers in their traditional home kit as well, the claret and blue. And there is the whistle from the referee, there is the roar from the fans. Can the Foxes just end this mini blip and strengthen their grip on the Premier League's top 3? Early touch for Perez, cleared by Ogbonna, and Soyuncu heads into midfield. It's picked up by the returning Tielemans, and now Chilwell. The 2 changes to the side linking up early on. Barnes on this near side, the left, drops back into the path of Soyuncu, and Leicester just having early touches of the ball, making sure everyone gets a feel on a chilly night in Leicester. It's not too cold, certainly has been colder recently. Perez in a central position, the little reverse trod through to Vardy, a ball that he profits on so often, but it was cleared by West Ham, and it's out of play for a throw on that far side, the Leicester right.
A sprightly start to the game, isn't it?
Brendan Rodgers will be pleased with his side start so far as they try and get an early goal, which at times has been all you need to beat this West Ham side, who have been fragile recently. Barnes away from Snodgrass, not quite away from Diop. Chilwell into the challenge on this near side, the left. Barnes now, 1-2 with Vardy, that was nice. Barnes into the penalty area, left by Maddison. Vardy's shot straight at Randolph. But the first real glimpse of Leicester's sharp movement in and around the penalty area. Lovely dummy by Maddison. Vardy's left foot shot saved by Randolph. Yeah,
sharp, purposeful play. I mentioned those attributes about West Ham in terms of how they were closing down, but Leicester were doing so with the ball.
Barnes can't get around Zabaleta, who defends well on the edge of the penalty area. Soyuncu, Tielemans' first touch, and Evans once again can think about Leicester moving forward.
Soyuncu is doing extremely well there, because he's not been utilised too often, but whenever the ball goes towards Haller, he's there getting a foot round him, getting in front of him, giving possession back to his teammates.
Maddison, Tielemans, clever ball. Barnes has space, first touch was loose, but here's a chance now for Ricardo on the right-hand side, tapped in by Harvey Barnes. But Ricardo takes all the credit there for setting up the goal, and Barnes couldn't miss from underneath the crossbar. Leicester have the goal that their play so thoroughly merits. They lead West Ham 1-0.
Just a slight concern, Chris, about the return from Ricardo. Harvey Barnes, did he stray offside? Have a little look at the replay as it happens now. Wonderful play, picking up good positions, good rotation. It's Ricardo with the ball. Oh, he's borderline. I don't think he is, because I think the challenge is it Cresswell who makes the challenge. I think his foot will be extended enough for us to keep Harvey Barnes onside. Beautiful goal, intricate build-up play, gives and goes everywhere. Barnes, who's been the best of a very good group of players tonight so far.
And we had a little delay whilst the video assistant referee, who is Peter Banks, just checked to see whether Barnes was onside or not, and he was. Had a little shot there of David Sullivan, one of the West Ham co-owners, still resplendent in his soldier's outfit. Always looks like he's about to invade a country when he comes to these cold matches. Sullivan rather. Not sure where David Gold is today. Oh, and now there's another concern for, is this Vardy on the edge of the penalty area? Now, it was a wild left-footed clearance with his left foot, and he immediately waved to the physio to come on. Now this would be catastrophic for Leicester if Jamie Vardy has picked up an injury here.
There's a little bit of a wild lash by Vardy, really, in fairness. Doesn't look good.
Corner taken quickly, it loops off a deflection into the penalty area. Rice trying to get it down. Half-hearted appeals for handball that the referee had absolutely no interest in, and maybe Leicester can counter-attack. Pérez with a good ball to Barnes, tries to get away from Zabaleta. He did just that, but across with an excellent covering challenge. Aaron Cresswell easily away from the 35-year-old Zabaleta, but not quite so easily away from the 30-year-old Aaron Cresswell.
Barnes getting well-deserved applause from the home crowd.
With a good header forward, actually. Maddison Iheanacho looked offside. He leaves it. Barnes will keep it in play. West Ham a bit ragged with their defending. Barnes running at Zabaleta. Low ball in. Here's Ricardo! No mistake, Ricardo! It's 2-0 to Leicester, and they are oozing confidence now. He made the first, he scores the second, and Leicester lead West Ham by 2 goals to 0.
Yet more scintillating play from the Foxes. Harvey Barnes returns the compliment, providing the assist for Ricardo. The opposite was the case for Leicester's opener. You've said it, Chris. Sooner or later, something's got to give. They're going to find their man with that pull back, that fizz across the 6-yard box, the clip to the far stick, whichever avenue it was. Sooner or later, the opening would arrive, and West Ham looked forlorn, didn't they? I think it was telling that as soon as that strike from Ricardo hit the back of the net, their heads dropped. Lanzini was shaking his head. They were looking towards the halfway line long before Leicester had finished celebrating. Ricardo, what a strike. It was teed up for him. He had so much time and space to pick his spot.
West Ham free kick. Lanzini sweeps it into the back post. Schmeichel comes, gets a useful punch on it that at least takes it away from immediate danger, and then Ndidi just shrugs his man off the ball on the edge of the penalty area.
Oh dear.
And it is a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area. Schmeichel is furious with the referee, David Coote. Or has he given a penalty here?
Yeah, he's given it, yeah. It's
yes,
only an innocuous challenge. Possibly a foul, but he's going away from goal. I don't think there's much intent there from 50-50 shoulders. Oh, God, that's not enough for a penalty, is it? Subjective, etc., and all of those terms that come out. But yeah, the majority of people will say there wasn't enough in that for a foul, but 2 people
Here goes Noble, Schmeichel on his line. Noble scores. In the end, plays it straight down the middle. Schmeichel dives out of the way, and West Ham have a route back into this game. Leicester 2, West Ham 1.
Well, in fairness to West Ham, they'll say that their adopted ploy in the second half has reaped reward, hasn't it? They've gone for broke, if you like, gone with the 2 up top, realised they had to do something to change the pattern of this game, or it's just going to drift away from them because they were totally overrun in the first half. 3 sort of contentious decisions on the trot, really, and game's opened right up though.
Yeah, there's a really nice feel to it now. Chilwell surging towards the penalty area. Terrific run from Chilwell, needs a final pass. Barnes lifted to the back post. Pérez arriving. Tielemans on the volley. 2 yards wide of the left-hand post. Leicester again just asking the question about whether they should have had a penalty. Barnes was taken out late. Referee ignored it. In the end, Tielemans shooting wide, but it's end-to-end stuff at the moment. That was Chilwell taken out just inside the box.
Yeah, to be fair, the referee has to be questioned again. I have to say that I think it was a foul by Perez there. Cresswell's gone up for the header. He was never going to get there as the ball was dinked far post.
Chilwell down the line, picked up by Barnes, who's had less of a impact on the second half. He was here, there and everywhere in the first. And DD to Maddison. Leicester doing really well here with their quick passing. And Maddison releases Ricardo. Iheanacho and Pérez to aim for. It's Ayoze Pérez! Randolph makes a sprawling save to his left-hand side to keep the score at 2-1, but that was much, much brighter from Leicester.
Yeah, more reminiscent of Leicester's play in the first half, wasn't it? Switching, it was swift, incisive. Antonio and
Tielemans, clever ball to Ricardo, who shoots on the run. It was blocked by Ogbonna, but Leicester still have the ball with Pérez near side the right, infield to Ndidi. Pérez continues his run, ghosting into the penalty area, arriving with Barnes. His first time shot deflected wide for a Leicester corner, but the movement is back to its. Iheanacho running from right to left, plays the give and go with Maddison, or at least played it to Maddison, who keeps the move going to Chilwell now on the left-hand side. Laid off to Barnes. Maddison, always involved for Leicester, pulling the strings, directing the traffic. Tielemans and Ndidi, Maddison again. Leicester, they're so good on the eye when they play like this. Maddison's right foot shot, brilliantly saved by Randolph. Exquisite Leicester City move, and Maddison very nearly with the icing on the cake, but Randolph tipped it over the bar well.
Oh, that would have been beautiful, wouldn't it? I thought for a second it was in. Great save, good stretch from Randolph there.
31,968 inside the King Power Stadium tonight, with 2,107 in from West Ham, which is a decent effort on a chilly Wednesday night. Iheanacho away from Ogbonna, now has options in front of him, but Iheanacho might go it alone. He does, all the way through. He's brought down. Penalty. David Coote awards the second penalty of the night, and Kelechi Iheanacho just needed to apply the finish until it was unceremoniously ended the run, and Leicester now have the chance to put this game well and truly to bed. So with no Jamie Vardy, the responsibility falls on the shoulders of Ayoze Pérez. A pivotal moment in this game as we enter the last 10 minutes. Here's Pérez, brilliantly penaltied, brilliantly struck, and that could be the goal that wins the game for Leicester. And they strengthen their grip on the top three. Vardy might be off the pitch, but Pérez takes the responsibility, and Leicester lead by 3-1.
Huge roars of celebration, and no little amount of relief as well, I think, there, because the game was very close. Leicester always look to have the upper hand, but you never quite know. Listen to those cheers, the celebration going on, and now hats off to Ayoze Pérez there.
Perfect response to the recent blip. Here's Chilwell, left-hand side of the box, running at Zabaleta, pulls it low across goal. Iheanacho controls, needs to find someone here. Tielemans wanted it on the edge of the penalty area. Maddison does have it, skips away from Rice, onto his right foot, back to Tielemans, wanting to shoot. Found the space just a little bit hard to come by. Low ball in from Ricardo, Iheanacho to Pérez. It's Pérez, and it's brilliantly done. Oh, that's a lovely finish, Ayoze Pérez, to find the bottom corner, to ensure the 3 points remain at the King Power Stadium. He scores twice, Leicester score 4, and it's been a vintage night under the lights at the King Power Stadium. Leicester 4, West Ham 1.
You could feel it coming, couldn't you? Concerted pressure from Leicester, keeping possession in the final third, in and around West Ham's penalty box. All of a sudden the energy has been sapped out of West Ham's defending. They were weak with their challenges, half-hearted with their clearances. Iheanacho was able to maintain possession on a couple of occasions inside in and around the penalty box, stroke 6-yard box, and lay it off. And eventually one of those layups was crucial.
Here goes Chilwell, keen for more goals. Leicester, left-hand side of the box. Zabaleta will just see him out of play. And it will be a West Ham goal kick. And we are into the final 30 seconds. And Brendan Rodgers will now be thinking of what he does to his team for a couple of interesting cup games. First one against Brentford in the FA Cup. They're going well in the Championship. Griffin Park, always a tricky place to go. And it will be the last time Leicester play there until they move into their shiny new stadium. And then Aston Villa in the semi-final of the League Cup. One to look forward to. There is the full-time whistle. And that is a job very well done for Brendan Rodgers and for Leicester City. In the end, a comprehensive 4-1 win over West Ham United. And they confirm their top three intentions, as it has to be now. 8 points ahead of Chelsea in fourth, and potentially 14 points clear of Manchester United in fifth. It was an ideal first half, with Ricardo and Harvey Barnes at the centre. Ricardo setting up Barnes for number one, Barnes setting up Ricardo for number two. Injuries to Vardy and to Mendy did take the gloss off that first half. A nervy second half, Mark Noble converting a dubious penalty, but Leicester came through a very difficult spell, and it was over to Ayoze Pérez to convert Leicester's penalty for 3-1, and then a cute finish for 4-1.